Hello guys, hope you have been having a very lovely day, and in this video we will be learning about mixtures and how to calculate the specific quantities when we need them in specific ratios. So before we actually delve into the topic, I need you guys to understand something called the rule of alligation. So the rule of alligation is simple. It goes like this. The quantity of the cheaper quantity divided by the quantity of the expensive or the dearer quantity is nothing but the cost price of dearer quantity minus the mean price by cost price, obviously it has to be the bigger quantity. So mean minus cost price of the cheaper quantity. Easy guys. The quantity of the cheaper to the quantity of the dearer is equal to cost price of the dearer minus mean. This is going to be higher than the mean by the mean minus the cost price of the cheaper quantity or the cheaper material. So this is the formula that you're going to use for every sum that is going to come into your exams with this concept. So just in case you forget this simple formula, and if you do have the time, you can do the derivation on your own, and it goes like this. Let us assume that the quantity of cheaper is X, QTY cheaper, and the quantity of dearer is Y, and the cost price of cheaper is C, and the cost price of dearer is D. And let me assume that M is the mean price, just like this. So now, what I need is X by Y. So to prove this, I can do this, right? So the mean price is nothing but the entire cost of this by the total quantity. So the entire cost of dearer product is Y into D, and the entire cost of the cheaper product is X into C, and the total quantity is X plus Y. So now, solving this simple equation, I would get X plus Y into M is equal to YD plus XC. So now I could do XM plus YM is equal to YD plus XC. What do I need? I need quantity of cheaper by quantity of dearer, which means what I need is X by Y. So let me just do a little transfer. So what I have is XM minus XC is YD minus YM. So X into M minus C is Y into D minus M. So now, what do we get? X by Y is D minus M by M minus C. So that is the proof, guys, where the quantity of cheaper by quantity of dearer or expensive is nothing but the cost price of the dearer minus the mean price by mean price minus cost price of the cheaper product. So this is basically the ratio in which you have to mix these products in order to get a specific mean price. So let us start with an example to prove how helpful this is um, for mixing quantities in specific ratios. So I will start with a basic example. Let's say shopkeeper has a bag of basmati rice which costs 100 a kg, and he also has a bag of dosa rice which costs 30 a kg. Now he really wants to make this available to people, available to everybody at a cheaper price. So he wants to make and sell mixture, this mixture at a price of 50 per kg. So we have all the parameters that we need, right? So we have the value of M. So we have the mean price. Mean price is 50. The cost price of dearer is 100. The cost price of cheaper is 30. So now the question is, what is the ratio in which he has to mix these two so that he will be able to sell the rice at 50 per kg? So now we use this simple formula. What do we need? We need x by y is nothing but what is the cost of the dearer? 100 minus 50 by 50 minus 30. So I have 50 by 20, which is 5 by 2. So there you go. So if this shopkeeper has to sell this rice at 50 per kg, this mixture of rice, he has to mix 5 kgs of dosa rice and 2 kgs of basmati rice, or 5 bags of dosa and 2 bags of basmati. And the outcome of this, he is gonna be able to sell that rice at 50 rupees per kg. So this, guys, is the first formula which we need in this concept of mixtures and allegations. So there is something apart from this. Just toss the papers aside. So there is another thing, another formula which you need to remember. So there are two formulas that you need to remember. The second one is when you have a container which has X units of liquid. Now I draw out Y units of liquid from the container and replace it with water or any other liquid for that matter, because so two liquids, usually most of the questions they have water. So you have X units of pure liquid. Let's say the pure liquid is milk or alcohol or you name it, and you're removing Y units, you're removing Y units out of that, and you're adding water. So basically you're diluting it. So now if this operation of Y units being removed continuously is repeated n times, then the quantity of pure liquid left inside after the n operations would be x into 1 minus y by x power n units, right? So I hope you guys got this right. So the thing is, you are not just removing the pure liquid every time. The second time when you remove, you are actually removing the diluted liquid. you're removing y liters of the diluted liquid, and hence this formula. Had it been just pure liquid, say pure milk, you remove 4 liters of milk out of 20 liters, you have 16, and then you remove another 4, you have 12. But this is not like that. You're removing milk and you're adding water. And then you're removing 4 liters again, and then you're adding 4 liters of water. So hence, this is a formula that you really need to remember, and this is the second formula. So now the sums, I'm sorry. So the kind of sums that you're gonna get based on this formula is, there are 20 liters of milk in a can, and the milkman has removed 4 liters of milk, and he has replaced it with water. He has removed 4 liters of milk or this liquid, and he has replaced it with 4 liters of water. He has repeated this operation for 2 more times. So this is a situation where you have to pay attention to the verbiage. If they say the operation has been repeated 2 times, you're going to use n as 2. But if the question says he has done this once and then he has repeated it 2 more times, then you have to make sure that your value of n is 3 or whatever the number is. I'm just taking an example. So the question now is, there is 20 liters of milk in the can. He has removed 4 liters of it and replaced it with water. And he has repeated this 2 more times. Now he needs to know how much of milk, pure milk, is present in this mixture. So we have the formula for that. What is X? X is the initial quantity of the pure liquid. So 20 into 1 minus what is Y? The amount of liquid that is drawn out and replaced. So Y would be 4 and X is again 20, which is your initial quantity. Now n is the number of times this operation has been repeated, in this case it is 3. So 4 ones and 5s, 1 by 5 is 0.2, right? 0.2, 20 into 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8, right? And what is 8 cube, guys? 8, 64 and 5, 12, right? So I would be going with 20 into 0 0.512, 20, 12, 24, 12 to 24, that would be 10.24 liters. So at the end of this operation of removing 4 liters of milk and replacing it with water, the milkman will have only 10.24 liters of actual milk in this 20 liter container. The rest in the 20 liters, which is 9.76, that is all water. So these are the kind of questions that you get based on this second formula. And coming back to the first one, you get questions like, hey, I have to mix this and mix this in this ratio so that my mean price is this. So remember these two formulas, guys. One is quantity of cheaper by quantity of dearer is equal to cost price of dearer minus mean price by mean price minus cost price of cheaper. And the second formula is, when you are removing Y liters of liquid and replacing it with Y liters of water into a total quantity of X liters, after repeating the operation for n times, the amount of pure liquid present inside the container would be x into 1 minus y by x power n. So that is it, guys, about mixtures and the rule of alligation. Hope you found it useful and informative. And if you're preparing for your placements or CAT or MAT or GMAT, all the very best, and hope you come through your exams with flying colors. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.